Reading the Sabbath School lesson, Faith and the Promises of God. Introduction. The Bible records the unique experiences of men and women of faith who demonstrated the dependability of the promises made by the infinite God. To test the reality of these promises, as these Bible characters tested them, we are enjoined to exercise faith. "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good," that's in Psalms 34, is the biblical invitation. But how to exercise faith? And this is the urgent consideration, and this should be made very plain. To every promise of God there are conditions. If we are willing to do His will, all His strength is ours. Whatever gift He promises is in the promise itself. The seed is the word of God. As surely as the oak is in the acorn, so surely is the gift of God in the promise. If we receive the promise, we have the gift. Wonderful thought. Open quote. Faith that enables us to receive God's gifts is itself a gift, of which some measure is imparted to every human being. It grows as exercise in appropriating the Word of God. In order to strengthen faith, we must often bring it into contact with the Word. Education by Ellen White. This series of lessons endeavors to make some essential features of Christianity very simple and practical. The promises and gifts of God are ours to accept and experience, not merely to admire. Only as God's children appropriate His promises by faith does the gospel become the part of God unto salvation. Romans. Amen. Beautiful. Lesson 1. Faith is indispensable. Memory verse. But without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. A study aim: to gain a greater appreciation and understanding of faith as one of life's imperatives. Of vital importance, crucial definition of imperative. Lesson outline. One, 2, and 3. The role of faith in Christian. 2. Faith the imperative factor. 3. Warnings and counsels. The lesson. Introduction. God never asks us to believe without giving us sufficient evidence on which to base our faith. His existence, His character, the truthfulness of His word are all established by testimony that appeals to our reason, and this testimony is abundant. Yet God has never removed the possibility of doubt. Our faith must rest upon evidence, not demonstration. There is an evidence that is open to all, the most highly educated and the most illiterate, the evidence of experience. God invites us to prove for ourselves the reality of His word, the truth of His promises. Beautiful step to Christ. The role of faith in Christian experience. How does the Bible define faith? Hebrews 11:1. Number 2. What is the basis of our relationship to God and to Christ? Mark 11:22 and John 3:16.